The Food and Drug Administration wants to put about a dozen new graphic warnings on packs of cigarettes to show some of the ways they really can affect your health. Our Errol Barnett joins us with more on the story, and the dangers of cigarettes we all know are so well documented, Errol. So what are they hoping to accomplish this time?
Well, the point here is to show you what extended smoking will do. The FDA says, look, it's just not true that people know all they need to know about the harm of cigarettes. And these new warnings aim to highlight with graphic detail some of the lesser-known impacts of smoking. We're going to save you the most graphic stuff that shows gangrene and missing toes, but one would show a young boy with an oxygen mask and the caption, "Tobacco smoke can harm your children." The second shows a woman with a tumor, highlighting the risk of the cancers of the neck and head. And others point to the risk of diabetes and blindness and even impotence. The rule would require the warnings to cover the top half of the front and rear panels of cigarette packs, and it would also be required on at least a fifth of the top of cigarette ads. The final rule is due by March. It would go into effect summer of 2021. And look, I've seen this in England growing up there. It's pretty commonplace. Yes. Australia was the first country to really put graphic labels on things. 120 countries around the world have done this, but in the US, you know, they were able to stop an effort, tobacco companies were, to do this on US labels.
There's been a very steep decline in smoking rates, and it's one of the great success stories in public health education, but there's a sticking point, and they're trying to get through that now.
I watched my mother die of emphysema. I don't need to see pictures, but a lot of people haven't experienced that and don't know the effects. So it's,
you know, my mom died 10 days before her 61st birthday, very heavy smoker. We'd had an intervention and everything. And she said, I've stopped. Going through her stuff, I found she had bought a carton of cigarettes the day before she died. So it's so interesting to be so sad and so angry at the same time. So I'm very curious about what tobacco companies are saying about this proposal.
Well, previously they had said, look, it violates our First Amendment rights. But what the FDA now says is because of the data, we can now point to studies that show that these images will help reduce the effects of smoking. I just want to make the point also that this is the leading cause of preventable death in the U.S. So it's the kind of thing where knowing about it isn't enough. They hope that showing people what it will do to your body over time.
That's what I wonder.
They're unpleasant to look at, but that's the point.
Yes, indeed. One of the deadliest inventions humankind has ever come up with, the cigarette. Errol Barnett, thank you very much.